Welcome back to the podcast about movies. It's Drew.
It's Matt.
It's Luis.
And we are ranking... I love this song. Sorry. We are ranking a company. All right, now this company has come into the spotlight in the last 10 years, making some what do we call them?
Weird.
Films.
Weird.
They have had a track of weird. They've had a track of really grounded ideas, and that we're going to discuss today. We're ranking A24 movies. Matt, share your piece with A24.
Yes. I personally think that everybody needs to hop off of A24's back, say it nicely, and they need to stop overhyping their movies. Because, okay, I get the quality that they're going for in creating a film, but, however, it doesn't mean that the execution is always there and the execution is always a home run. And I feel like when you talk...
That's the same for every movie company.
Well, some people do it more consistently than others. Christopher Nolan hits films.
Well, he's not a company. He's a director.
Exactly. But he does it more consistently than... this company is known for putting out films.
Yeah.
And so,
weird ideas.
And very weird ideas. And so much so that, people will say that it's good just because it's a film, and realistically, not all of them are good. And some of them go too far.
I agree.
And I think they go too far that's past comfort, which is why some movies have hit for them and why some movies have done bad. But that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, there's an A24 movie in the theaters right now, Death of a Unicorn. And I just saw it, and it's just one of those examples of too far and too weird. It wasn't, necessarily, bad to watch, but it was just, a bad movie. It was just what am I doing? it's one of those ideas where you're did they run out of ideas? But...
That's how I felt was Mickey 17 A24?
No.
That's how I felt watching that movie.
That movie was just straight weird.
I was
satire for, Trump, of course.
I was just I'm wasting my time here. But there's been a lot of A24 movies I felt that way. And so I feel like it's very overhyped. I feel like...
Yeah. But we got Warfare coming out this week, and it looks awesome. I like the concept that they're going for. And so...
I think I'll take Amateur over Warfare this week.
Amateur over Warfare. I'm going Warfare over Amateur. But... anyways, we're going to rank our top 5. Matt decided to do top 3.
I'll do 5.
Okay. Of our A24 movies. So, number 5 for me, Uncut Gems. This is one of Adam Sandler's, one of his few serious roles, and he actually does an incredible job. I like how it's in the NBA world.
I have that as my number 5 as well.
And the NBA world and the gym world, you kind of see an industry that you wouldn't see anywhere else unless this movie exists.
Yeah.
And so
the only cool part about that is learning that part about diamonds and gems and all of that. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But outside of that,
but it makes you think of Kevin Garnett, he played well when he got that gem.
Yes.
And so it makes you think of do NBA players have this sort of thing? Do they have a jeweler that they go to?
Yeah.
And then the anxiety feel of the movie, it was well directed. You feel anxiety with it.
Yeah.
And so
it's
a good movie.
It was weird seeing him play a serious role. I didn't care for it just because I like seeing him be funny and goofy, and
I don't mind him in serious roles though. He's been doing better at those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
My number 5 is Past Lives.
Yeah, good movie.
I haven't watched a lot of A24 movies. I have 6 movies I've seen of A24, and so Past Lives is 5 because Past Lives is because the rest of the movies are way better than them, way better than Past Lives. It's not emotional like everyone else said. I don't think it was.
It is emotional.
I didn't cry.
I
don't think it's emotional at all. I was just
she was falling in love. she's pretty much cheating the whole time.
Yeah, and you felt for the guy, man.
And I was just like,
the other guy was a good guy.
Yeah, so, that I put Past Lives there.
Yeah.
Go number 4.
My number 4, The Florida Project. This is a Willem Dafoe movie. It's about a mom struggling in Florida who just wants to take her daughter to Disney World. Willem Dafoe is incredible in this movie. It's honestly one of the reasons he was one of my top actors. And I just love this movie. I think when you get to the end, there's a good payoff. And it's cool to see this side of Orlando, the streets, and that people are trying to make it in a city that is all about tourism. And so I think it's a good movie. Have y'all heard of it?
Yes.
No.
Okay. I started watching it, and I didn't finish it ever because it came off of Netflix.
Yeah. It's not a Netflix movie.
It was on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
That's what I'm saying. It was.
Yeah,
It's not on there anymore. All right, Matt, you're number 4.
My number 4, Civil War. Again, I'm not a big fan of A24, but out of their movies, I'd say it's one of the few I liked better. And so I thought this movie was going to be something completely different than what it was. I thought it was strictly going to be like the warfare side of like strategies and all of that. But like, man, really it focused on the view of photography and what it's like for a photographer to capture war and all of that. And so completely different than I was looking for and from what I was expecting, but still a decent movie. But yeah, that was my next one.
My number 4 is Sing Sing. It was my number 2 last year for 2024.
Wow.
I've talked about it before. It's about the guys in prison who are in a musical, and so it's a great acting in it.
I thought you would have had that higher.
No. I have 3 great movies above that.
Wow.
This was 4.5. The rest of the movies, they're either 5 or 4.5 and better than Sing Sing.
Wow.
Yep. All right, Drew, you're number 3.
Number 3. The Iron Claw. I think that
It's my number 3 as well.
it's just a incredible movie about. You think it's about wrestling, but it's just about family.
Yeah.
And
So heavy.
yeah, it's so heavy. And this is a true story. And I don't know. This movie made me text my brothers.
Yep.
And say,
I love y'all.
love you guys.
If you need anything, call me. Yeah.
Which is incredible that movies have that ability. Yeah. And yeah, I'm just. I showed this the other day to my girlfriend's family, and they got upset with me about how sad it was.
Really?
Like, wow, this is depressing. And, like, it's true. Like, it's really heavy.
The scary thing is they didn't even talk about all of the brothers that actually died in that family. Mm-hmm. Like, I think they left out 2 brothers.
One?
Mm-hmm. And they just didn't want the story to be so repetitive, but it's sad, man. It really is.
One of the saddest parts is how Zac Efron's character felt like he had to sleep. He couldn't sleep with his wife and with his family because he thought the curse.
He was cursed, yeah.
And when they're in the government building trying to change the last name of their baby,
yeah,
it's just like, wow, like he genuinely believed that. Like, imagine living that way. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it was a great movie.
My number 3, The Room.
You love this movie, I think.
I do love this movie.
Yeah. Is that with Brie Larson? Yeah.
It's the first movie I kind of watched that was like actually like that I knew about, 2 that was like a great film to watch. But yeah, it was amazing. Brie Larson does an amazing job.
What did you say in that sentence?
That's a great
This is the first movie I watched that I knew about, and it was a great film.
It was like the first. Okay, let's say it like this. This is the first film I watched.
Okay, so like
whatever film is to us, I guess. That's the first film I ever watched, and it was great.
What's wrong with that? He can't say that?
Well, I didn't understand that from his sentence that he said. I didn't know.
Brie Larson did amazing in this, and I just know him as Augie from Wonder. But
the little kid?
The little kid.
Yeah.
He did amazing and deserves many more roles to come from that acting job, and he did with Wonder and all that. If you haven't seen it, it's about a girl that gets kidnapped. Her kidnapper impregnates her. They have she has a kid, and then pretty much that kid lives in a basement
He's had a lot of roles.
I know.
He's in Luca, Little
He's in
Mermaid,
Bad Boys.
Doctor Sleep, Good Boys.
Good Boys, that's what it is. Not
Predator.
Bad Boys.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah, that's my number 3. All right, your number 2, Drew.
Moonlight. Now, I'm super not biased. This movie beat La La Land for Best Picture. I'll never forgive it. But Moonlight, I mean, it's a great movie. And it's shot incredibly. That scene in the ocean where he's like with his son, like you're just like, wow. And yeah, it's that's all I can say really. I've only seen it once.
My number 2, Sing Sing, which I had to apologize to Luis because he was talking about this movie so much, and I'm like, bro, shut up. Until they re-released it in the movie theater. No, it's not.
Shut up.
And then did you come with me to see it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And we saw it, and
Hold my hand.
we stopped. And we both laughed and were like, dang it. Luis was right. Like, this was
It's good.
actually a great film.
And it's real.
And like, I know Jamesia would have cried, but like it pushed out tears out of a thug. So
Yeah. You're not a thug.
Not a thug.
yes, I am, bro. Yes, I am,
You a
bro.
little girl. Remember that video of you trying to fight a possum?
Bro, it had rabies, bro. That's why I reacted like that, bro. But anyway, next person.
Whenever I drive by a prison now, I think of that movie, and I'm like, I wonder if they're doing theater right now.
And acting inside of there.
You're not a thug. My number 2, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, is my number 2. It's a good movie. It is a great movie. Y'all have it at your number 1. I don't really care. I don't think it's better than my number 1. It's about mom, daughter, multiverse, all that kind of stuff. It's a great movie. It's not a film. Like the number 1 is. It's not a film. It's not a film.
You think
it's a movie?
Everything Everywhere All at Once is most definitely a film.
It's a film.
It's a movie.
There's a scene where there are rocks with googly eyes. You think that's a movie? That's a film.
Well, that doesn't make it a movie.
No, it's very artistic.
Hold up. Me putting googly eyes on a rock and talking is
That
a film?
all right. That doesn't validate your argument.
And it was effective.
But how
effective?
It was.
how are we not saying this movie
were laughing.
is a film, bro?
Yeah, it's a film.
It's a film, easily.
I think it's the definition of film.
Yes.
No, what? No, it's not.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, this was the first movie that I've watched that Drew showed me that I 100% was just like, yeah, that's a
I
film.
think you guys are confusing people on what a film is. Because
No, I think
No.
I've been confused your whole life.
It's
not a
it's
film.
easily a
It's not a
film.
film.
Easily.
No, it's not.
My
It is not a
gosh,
film.
what? Anyways, Luis, what's your definition of a film?
That's a great
Are we
question.
doing
I
this?
don't-
Like, no, I don't want to do this
Okay.
again. I really don't.
All right. Any honorable mentions, fellas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine are Priscilla, the story of Elvis's wife. I think it's incredible. Does a better job at portraying Elvis than the Elvis movie, in my opinion. Civil War and Sing Sing.
I said Past Lives. And, okay, there's 2 movies. In terms of horror, they were great movies. And I didn't put them on my list because, like, as a Christian, I can't really support them. And I won't support them.
Don't mention them.
Because they just went to a whole nother place that, like, goes to a whole nother demonic realm where it's actually going against, like, the faith and all of that. So, yeah, it's Midsummer and Hereditary were very, very disturbing. I don't suggest that you go watch it if you're a believer. I watched them before I was a Christian, and even then, they're movies that are very heavy, disturbing, and I remember me and my girl were literally leaving the movie, and like we both were like, yeah, like we don't really believe in God, but we need to go pray. And I remember we did, like, the whole time in the car, like, right then and there. And so, I don't know, like, A24, their movies are just disturbing to me, man. Like,
they're weird.
They go to a place where you're like, where are y'all getting this from? Like, what made y'all do that? Or what made y'all want to show people this scene? Because, like, I'm a big believer in what Henry Cavill said. He said this on an interview. Not everything in a movie needs to be shown to the audience. And I'm a big believer in that. Like, there's some things that people don't need to see, even though it's going to get you to that whole nother place emotionally. I don't think we need to see everything.
It's like everything everywhere all at once.
What do you
wasn't
mean?
anything in that movie that we didn't need to see.
The trophy scene.
That's hilarious.
That was funny, though.
We cut
Movie.
before it went.
Movie,
Like,
by the way, my number 2.
That's a film.
No, it's not. My honorable mentions: Hereditary, mid-90s, and Midsummer.
I thought you didn't see Midsummer.
Me and Maddie watched it.
so my number 1. I remember walking out of this movie and I thought I was tripping. I didn't think reality was real. Everything Everywhere All at Once, probably the best multiverse movie of all time.
Easily. Did it better than Marvel.
Yep. We'll see what Spider-Verse does. But, yeah, I mean, it won Best Picture that year. It sweeped in awards. And everything about it, it reached a new level of humor of, like, karate mixed with whatever, hot dog fingers. Like, this shows the good of A24, where it's like we can think so outside the box to make it so entertaining and out there, but not push boundaries where you don't feel disgusting after watching it. I felt that way with this movie, where it's like, wow, this is incredible.
Yeah, and I thank you, Drew, for this movie, because I wouldn't have watched it without you. Same thing. Like, I was just, can they even do this? And it was just incredible the whole time watching it. And so, it's my number 1 A24 movie of all time. It's in my top 10 movies of all time. It's an amazing film. And so,
and I remember in the theater, I thought the movie ended with that fake ending.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what? And I'd never seen that done in a movie before.
And then you're getting up and then snap.
I was like, oh, that's cool. And so, I don't know. They do things in this movie that I really haven't seen anywhere else.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, A24, I think they're going to...
My number 1.
Oh.
The Iron Claw. I think that is the best movie A24 has ever made. Even though I've only watched 6 movies. 7.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because, bro, the acting from Zac Efron won. That man, I remember in High School Musical to now, and this is insane to me. And from Baywatch to now is insane to me. And then the story, how it's, 1, it's a true story. 2, how they portrayed this whole story, how the dad literally was controlling his sons, and literally they did. It's just amazing. It literally is. Amazing film. That is a film.
Yeah.
It is a film.
Not everything, everywhere, all at once.
You're crazy.
They're all films.
Every A24.
Thank you.
They don't make movies. They make
every A24 movies. You could argue maybe the Unicorn movie, but even then, like, I heard that has film elements to it. So
you could argue the Iron Claw is the only movie.
How?
Because it's the most normal.
Yes, I would agree.
Sing Sing is the most normal.
No. Yeah,
it's
well,
a true story.
Yeah.
But Everything Everywhere All at Once is so far from normal.
Literally, it's like a little kid putting a movie together. That's how I see that movie. It did great. It was a great movie. But it's like someone just threw everything in there. That's literally what it's in.
Exactly. Everything Everywhere All at Once. What do you think, dude?
It's a movie.
It's not a movie.
No.
It's not a movie.
It is not a film.
Is Spider-Verse a movie or a film?
Spider-Verse? Movie.
That's a film.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You guys need to figure out what
Spider-Verse is a film.
I would argue I would argue Spider-Verse is a film too.
Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 2, movie or film?
Movie,
easily.
Why?
You just know.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it's a blockbuster.
Why is Spider-Verse?
Spider-Verse wasn't a blockbuster.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
There's too many thoughtful elements that went into Spider-Verse for it to just be a movie.
And artistic value.
Yes.
Film or movie?
Movie. The biggest movie of all time.
Yes.
Avatar, film or movie?
Film.
Exactly my point. Get to know what your movies and films are, and then come talk to me. Because
It's
I
a
don't
film.
believe everything, everywhere, all at once.
I think it's a movie.
If you think Avatar is a movie and everything, everywhere, all at once is a film, you're insane.
It is.
You're insane.
All right, fellas.
And ladies.
Ladies, they didn't want to do this episode, but we did it. So, A24, don't see these movies.
Peace.
Peace.